Welcome, Diecast fans. I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frank the Guru Gibbs.
And welcome to the first proper round of the Outlaws Season 2.
That's right, last week saw us find the positions of the top 10 drivers, and this week they get to defend those positions.
And we had a couple of late arrivals. So new to the Canyon is Captain America driving Betsy. He's going up against Toxic Vindicator. And the second newbie, Moving Violations, driven by Rusty Bird. He's going up against Vincent Van Gogh driving Head Start.
Alright, that's enough chit chat, and before you skip ahead any further to the racing, let's get straight into it.
So first up, Rusty Bird and the Firebird starting in the outside lane. That huge big engine poking out of his bonnet. Is that going to be enough for him?
Well, Head Start, of course, has the head poking out of his bonnet.
And Vincent may have just scalped another victim there as he pushed Moving Violations into the wall of Bogan Alley, and he is just going to walk away with this one for an easy win.
It's a tough break there for Rusty Bird, but a nice run from Head Start, and he posts the best time of 15.182.
That is such a mean looking car. Alright, next up, Toxic Vindicator driven by King Jester going up against Betsy driven by Captain America.
I must say, Cap has got an exceptional paint job there. Amazing stars and stripes on that beast.
Yeah, we don't see too many Chevy Vegas in the competition, but he is running away with this one. Toxic Vindicator being left behind. Oh, he goes sideways and Toxic Vindicator slams right into him and blazes right on through.
Oh, Cap, what were you doing, mate? You had this in the bag, and I think he must have just looked at his rear view too long, goes sideways, and Toxic Vindicator, not showing any mercy there, takes the win. And his best time on the track so far of 15.253. So he goes on against Vincent Van Gogh driving Head Start, and the winner of this race goes on to take a shot at the number 10 spot for the list.
Vincent getting out to an early lead here.
You could almost say he had a head start.
No, they started at exactly the same time.
No, but you know, because never mind, Spanners.
Vincent not making the same mistake as Captain America there as he takes his second win.
He also just posted an even better time, this time 14.965. That's his best one yet.
All right, it's time for the big boys. This is how the list ended up last week. Stinger on top, pulling off some beautiful wins there, albeit with some suspect technique. Let's see if he can keep it together this week.
But before we get to Stinger, we've got to see if Head Start can take down Unicorn Claw for the number 10 spot on the list.
Now, just like last season, the challenger will always start on the inside lane. That's because if the outlaw is good enough, they should be able to keep their spot regardless of the lane they start in.
Crikey, what a battle here. Look at Head Start just muscling his way into the lead.
And it looks like Chickadee may have actually lost the plot there and spun out as Vincent walks away with another win.
I wonder if Vincent can pull a Kit Cam and work his magic all the way up to the top of the list in one shot.
Well, there's still a lot of racing to go, but that is it for Unicorn Claw, officially off the list, and Vincent Van Gogh moves into the number 10 spot.
Well, that's the biggest danger of being in that gatekeeper role at number 10. You never want to hang around there too long because someone's always knocking on the door.
So Vincent having a pretty sweet run so far. Now he goes up against Twinkle Toes driven by Harry SP.
Well, the last two had a pretty good battle all the way into Bogan Alley, but it looks like Twinkle Toes is going to walk away with this one.
Vincent spinning out in the background. That could be his race done. Twinkle Toes. Oh no, Twinkle Toes goes sideways now. We saw Captain America blow his lead earlier, and here goes Head Start, smashing his way past Twinkle Toes. Can he keep it together? He gets a little bit loose through the exit to Big Kahuna Corner, but he does take the win. And with that, Vincent will move out of the gatekeeper role, leaving Harry SP in that danger spot for next week.
Twinkle Toes really has to stop pulling dance moves halfway down the track. He really needs to make sure he's over the finish line before he starts his celebration dance.
So a lucky break there for Vincent Van Gogh. He almost was a goner, but Head Start now moving into the number 9 spot, and he's going to take on Moose Knuckle, driven by Crazy Canuck.
I wonder if Moose Knuckle's going to do his patented move again.
Where did we end up on the name for that move?
Of all the suggestions the viewers put in the comments last week, my favourite has to be Bullwinkle.
All right, Bullwinkle it is. Whoa! And Crazy Canuck gets up the inside of Vincent Van Gogh and flips him over.
Well, that move was less Bullwinkle and more bullshit.
Up. None of that.
I'm just saying.
And I wish he wouldn't.
You're such a spoil sport, Spanish. So Moose Knuckle here with a great move gets up the inside and just flips poor Vincent Van Gogh around. He tried to get back on his wheels, but unfortunately got hooked up in Bogan Alley. But congratulations, Crazy Canuck. Moose Knuckle holds on to his spot and now is going to take on Blue Thunder for the number 7 spot.
I think Head Start's definitely got a strong future on the list, but he was shut down for tonight. Now, can Strike shut down Moose Knuckle, or is Moose Knuckle going to pull some sort of crazy maneuver on him?
Looks like the Crazy Canuck might have actually just settled in for a bit of a race here. Not sure what Strike's doing in the background, going backwards into Bogan Alley.
Yeah, that's definitely not the optimal line. Crazy Canuck now slowing down. Strike starting to catch up, and he loses it in Big Kahuna Corner. Moose Knuckle takes a win.
A much cleaner race that time, and Old Strike does finish at least, but Moose Knuckle moves on to the next round, and he is going to take on Andy Moon and Eclipse for the number 6 spot.
Now, Andy Moon does hold the fastest lap so far for this season with a 13.400, so we know he is fast. He has just hit some challenges, particularly with that second dogleg in Bogan Alley.
Well, the Canuck's holding his own here.
They're head-to-head, and Moose Knuckle pushes Andy into the wall, just like he did with Vincent Van Gogh.
Good grief, now we need a name for that move. He's doing it so often. Why don't you leave us a comment as to what that rough move from Moose Knuckle should be?
You mean you don't have a name for it?
Oh, I've got plenty of ideas, mate. Rough Justice, Rough Rider, the Moose Caboose, the list goes on, but let's let the fans decide.
Well, we know that the Crazy Canuck's not afraid to swap some paint, but congratulations, and has posted a best time of 14.376.
That's awesome. That's almost a full second faster than his previous best, and he now gets to take on the Beavermobile. In fact, it's a moose versus a beaver. I didn't think I'd ever see that.
So Nitro Poutine also not afraid of swapping some paint, and these two are pretty evenly matched as they go into Bogan Alley. Moose Knuckle just gets the lead. I'm not sure if the Beavermobile eased off the gas there to let him slip through, or whether he just got pushed out of the way, but Crazy Canuck keeps it clean for the rest of the track, and he's going to chalk up another victim.
Well, moose versus beaver, you've got to figure the moose is going to win. It's so much bigger.
So with that win, Moose Knuckle is now going to move up to the number 5 spot, and he's going to take on Boxer driving Purple Haze.
Now, to be fair, Boxer got a bit of a rep in the last season for playing pretty rough, and now it seems to be the Crazy Canucks taking over that role. I wonder if these two are going to go head-to-head really roughly.
Well, this is the battle for the number 4 on the list, so you'd expect them to take it a little bit serious, and it looks like Crazy Canuck has gone sideways. He slows right down, spins around, but Boxer nowhere to be seen.
I think Boxer blew a tyre going into Bogan Alley, so this one's going to be Crazy Canuck all the way.
No, Boxer definitely hasn't stopped. There he is, just a little bit behind.
I'm pretty impressed he got going again. I thought he was toast up in Bogan Alley, but well done, Moose Knuckle. You now move into the number 4 spot and get to take on Wally Champ driving Landshark.
Well, this should be an interesting one because we've got 2 Plymouth GTXs and they're both rusty brown, so it is going to be a bit tricky to tell them apart. Wally Champ starting in the outside lane. He does have the spoiler and the black door. Moose Knuckle getting a huge spin into Bogan Alley. Wally Champ slows down. Moose Knuckle trying to reverse around, and Wally Champ also going in reverse. What are these two clowns doing?
Well, it's far too risky at this point to try and turn around.
Moose Knuckle trying to go up the inside. Landshark slams him into the barrier, but Moose Knuckle pushes on through.
What an absolutely titanic battle there. Wally Champ did everything he could to put Moose Knuckle into the wall, either at Bogan Alley or into the finish straight, but I've got to say, Crazy Canuck, what a piece of driving. He just never backed down at all. He almost got pushed off the track there, but he just fired up the moose power and pushed on through to take the win.
You mean horsepower?
I'm pretty sure in a car called Moose Knuckle, it'd be moose power, not horsepower.
All right, sassy pants. Congratulations, Crazy Canuck takes down the number 3 spot, and now he's going to get to go up against Munted.
I was really surprised last week that Stinger managed to get around Munted after putting him into the wall, so I'm pretty sure that Munted is going to want some revenge on Stinger, but he's got to close out Moose Knuckle first.
Well, the Crazy Canuck seems to be on a heck of a winning streak, and look at this, he's pulled out to a huge lead, but Munted right on his bumper, and Munted with the overtake! Oh my god, that is textbook! He just found that gap and drove around him like he was standing still.
That has to be one of the sweetest and cleanest overtakes I've ever seen. Look at the incredible pace he puts on here, and he just waves to Moose Knuckle as he goes on by, and then when he pulls in front, he lifts his rear end to say, "You can kiss this, mate, I'm taking this spot."
Munted showing just why he was the Season 1 champion, and he has still got the moves there.
Oh, mate, if I was Iron Poet driving Stinger, I would be kicking my decks right about now. Munted is on fire.
Here we go for the battle for first place. Can Stinger defend it successfully? Munted pulling right up on his tail. He did this to Crazy Canuck in the last race, tries to get it past him. Stinger sees him coming, shuts him down. Munted trying again as they go into the final straight. Stinger blocking the track, making that Corvette 20 feet wide.
Iron Poet almost blew it there, got too high on the wall. Munted saw his opportunity, but old Iron Poet, cunning bit of driving there, pulls across right in front of him. Then Munted has another crack as they exit Big Kahuna corner, pulled right up on him again, but Iron Poet shows some superb defensive driving skill and keeps hold of his number 1 spot.
And he also posts his best time of 13.927.
Well, if he's going to do it, that's the race to do it in, mate. Crikey, what a corker.
So we've seen some newcomers, we've seen a shuffle up on the list, and of course a new driver, Vincent Van Gogh, no driving head start, moves onto the list.
Oh, and I've got to say, what a great drive from Crazy Kanaka. Moved all the way up to the number 3 spot with some superb driving, and then Munted and Stinger putting on a show for the end of the night. It was awesome.
It certainly was. Now, are you sure you want to do this?
Oh, defo, mate. Just because you've got a huge wiener and I've got a small one, it's pretty quick. It'll get me to the finish quicker than you, I reckon.
All right, well, let's just see if you're all mouth and no trousers, shall we?
They're called jeans, not trousers. And I'm confident my wiener's going to beat your big dog.
Tell you what, I'm so confident, I'm even going to let you have the inside lane to start with.
Well, let's get this show on the road then.
Frank, I'm getting word that there's a problem at the finish line. Looks like Mr. Reds have turned up.
Oh, that's not good, but too late, the light's green, let's go.
I thought you said that little wiener of yours was quick.
Just worry about your own wiener. Whoa, look out.
You're not finishing premature. Whoa.
See, I'm not the only one getting the spinny spins.
That wasn't the spinny spins, that was far more a controlled handbrake slip. Whoa, okay, that was spinny spins.
Try to take out the Mr. Reds before I get there, will you?
Well, I've definitely taken down one. The other one's still standing, even though he had a bit of a wobble on.
Never mind, I've got him. Take that. Whoa.
You right there, mate?
Yeah, I'm fine. Luckily, my head broke the fall.
Oh, good. Well, at least you're safe.
So we killed the Mr. Reds?
No, I think we actually just pissed them off. We should get out of here.
Good call, but I've got to say, I'm leaving my wiener behind.
Yeah, let's take my truck. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs, and we are out of here till next week.